Kenya is a diverse country. On one side, the scenery is breathtaking. The savannah with its big cats, the lakes of the Rift Valley, the snowy peaks of Mount Kenya, and the beautiful beaches of Mombasa. On the other, desert areas where famine is endemic and huge urban slums. The country has 46 million inhabitants and 42 different tribes. Interethnic problems are common and have sometimes been encouraged by politicians. Around the time of the 2008 elections, there were 1,200 deaths. Kenya has 40 languages. Swahili and English, since it is a former British colony, are the two official languages. The main religions are present. Also, Kenya is the sixth biggest African economy. 40% of the population lives below the poverty line, and over 60% of the urban population lives in slums. English colonization in the 19th and 20th centuries transformed the country of food, crops and forests into huge plantations of tea and coffee. Kenya became independent in 1963. Today, Kenya is among the 10 most unequal countries in the world. In Nairobi, the capital, more than 62% of the population live in slums. With an income of less than €1 a day, Kibera slum has over 1 million inhabitants, and Mukuru, where operates REKEBISHO, 400,000 inhabitants. There are an estimated of 100,000 street children in Nairobi. The population of Mukuru, mainly composed by economical and environmental refugees, is crammed into a 2 square kilometers area and is increasing. The slum is very wet, has very few cemented grounds, and has no garbage collection. It has almost no public services, no police. Most schools are denominational and healthcare centers depend on NGOs. The disengagement of the government has left the field open to private business that charge very expensive rents for just a miserable shelter made of corrugated sheeting and where the water is more expensive than in Nairobi center. Labor incomes are insufficient to feed families. Prostitution, drug trafficking, child labor begin proliferate with the consequences of serious health problems, especially AIDS and stunted growth among children. Because of poverty, children are often exploited, neglected, or even abandoned. That's how they can become street boys to survive. Maggie Ménard, you're president of the REKEBISHO's Friend. Can you explain how the association was created and why?
In fact, REKEBISHO was born of an encounter between a young French sociologist, Aurelia, in the late 19th, and street boys in Nairobi.
It's very old one there. It's in the toilet, yeah? Our Kubel area. Isn't it Kwanini?
This sociologist wanted to finish her studies through internships with street boys, and she spent with them 10 months over 3 years. She managed to approach them, to meet them. Street boys are living outside, as their name suggests, in gangs. They are often forced to commit crimes to live, survive, and they live in great violence. She tried to identify not only their difficulties, but also their skills, capabilities. Particularly among many of them, there was a ball of large talents as drawing, sport, dance, or music.
1999 there.
Yes.
Aurelia came and she started to work with the street children within the South B.
Yes.
And Caston and my brother, Benson, they were the ones who started REKEBISHO together with Jokes and Aurelia. So when I came from the school, I met Aurelia when I was still in secondary, and we became friends, and she was so supportive, and she encouraged us to go on with the school.
Yes.
Now that my two brothers are in the street, and she was trying to help them to do art, music in REKEBISHO and try to sell the art product for them. But while still in school, she could maybe tell me to not to give up with life, and after maybe completing the school, I can come and help the project with the education. I completed high school in around 2001, and I came back to the slum in Mukuru slum, and near REKEBISHO, that's where I was living, and Aurelia requested me to come and do some job in the project, to conduct the boys, to assist some of the areas, and after that she decided to resign, and after she resigned, she requested me to work with her in the board. Me and Johnny Magero.
In the years 1999, Aurelia managed to get from the city of Paris a grant to buy a piece of land in Mukuru, buy sheet metal and wood, and they built the first shelter for street children. REKEBISHO was born. Moreover, REKEBISHO means reborn. In this, the children could wash, come and have a meal, do laundry and sleep occasionally. Then REKEBISHO welcomed more and more teenagers. There were activities such as painting, hip-hop, football, boxing. Many teenagers have managed to get away with this, and finally, in the year 2003, REKEBISHO was officially recognized as an NGO by the Kenyan government.
So we are in 2003, and from that moment, what's going on?
Aurelia returned to France, and 6 street boys create a committee that manages and coordinates REKEBISHO. They tried to structure themselves for several years and to apply for permanent subsidies, but they had a little trouble. They were helped by another French, Elise, who came a few months in Nairobi and helped them to make themselves known and make grant applications. During those days, they continued to welcome young people. Returning from Elise in France, she has contacted friends, family, trying to find an answer to the food needs of 6 young of the committee who were willing to continue to care for REKEBISHO but had not or more way to fill the stomach. In 2009, they decided to move more toward prevention, addressing the younger children of the slum and creating a school for them is the best way to prevent children ending up in the streets. In 2010, they hired a teacher, Eunice, our indirect support. In 2011, Friends in France have formally established the association, the Friends of REKEBISHO, whose objective is to support the school and the educational project for children in the slum.
How do you communicate between Nairobi and France?
Essentially, we communicate regularly by email. A trust was established, but mostly we communicate by going there on site. We go almost every year. For us, it's very important not only be an association of charity or someone which subsidizes technocratic far action. The relationships with the committee members are essential for us to better understand their needs. Mambo.
Is Kenya, as many African countries, facing an educational problem overall?
Yes, Kenya in particular. If education is theoretically free since 2002, in fact, the government pays the teachers, but parents pay walls, school supplies, uniforms, canteens, so the parents' slum can't pay it all. So in the slum, there are mostly informal schools established by religious or other associations, but very few by the government.
So, since 2011, how are these projects going?
In 2011, the main project was to create the canteen, purchase of basic equipment, then pay 1 meal a day for children, because when children have 1 meal a day, they attend school because they don't need to go to the trash or find food for themselves. It was an important step. In 2012, Christian, treasurer of our association, went to the committee's request, perform electrical work in the school because the system was old and dangerous. There were a fire hazard. The work was redone with the help of 2 members. In 2013, there have been 2 very important events. One dramatic, the assassination of Ambush, one of the 6 members. And the second, a very large increase in school enrollment, 80 instead of 40 children. Concretely, this means 2 classes with 2 teachers over the little ones in one piece. Children are tight against each other with very little room to write. Most teachings are oral. In addition, they are all in the same room for studying, eating. Finally, it misses the last grade of primary, so it becomes vital to enlarge the school.
You read?
Math.
Math.
Gun. Kite.
Kite. Vicky?
Van.
Van. Good.
Ink.
Ink. Ink. No.
Column.
There, you are reading into numbers.
Tupatie.
Sounds.
Kila tukua formula tatu kwa mbu.
You arrange.
Unafanya vya wilo. One, 10, 1, 2, leta wilo.
Endelea kukaa.
Teacher.
Amilo tulia kama ni pamoja cheze. Amilo pika iko.
We visited several schools, and the one in Kibera became the school of their dreams, and understandably. This school was funded in part by private funds and basically welcomes girls from 12 years to fight against forced marriage of girls in adolescence. We also spent a nice outing with children in a park 1 hour from Nairobi with the teacher, the committee. It was in the countryside. We saw lots of animals and the joy of children and members who will must never leave us farm. This is a highlight we also expect when we come to Nairobi.
got it. And I really know you feel a skill, feel a tool, and feel a link, feel a good papa. But I think about now, one thing's not good, Jaja. Play life in a candy, go me nice face. Hey, she says, you know my young says it can be straight. I give thanks for happiness and everybody want to sing. You call me the quarter, I see only go to play. Now count my place in a place and a place. No go, I told them about you. But now when you know how I feel poor. When you remember you wanna take it to the lower. Jaja got good, this is what come a clown. Me a chip on the card, I turn the feel down. One I'm the choco same, one I'm the choco do. Me come a below, I gonna get to never do. All I want is to be a survivor. Survivor. Wanna shingo bile me na survive. Survivor. Wanna ulizana bile me na survive. Kulambuku ama ukulambuku. Uwe na kosa ama ukwenda kosa. Usurvive ghetto manu juzi zaidi ya moja. Maita Japani zaidi ya baby. Kuna job jenga moja jaza debi. Kuna chakubwa ya pamita shika sensi. Bora mama ngareka toto kasome. Life yendele kama kawaida. Kuta survivor. Wana shingo vile mimi na survive. Survivor. Wana ulizana vile mimi na survive. Mimi ndo survivor ikoki jungle. Mimi ndo survivor kwanzia kitambo. Mimi ndo survivor nimeona mambo. Mimi ndo survivor nafanya survival. Sasa mimi ndefu sijafika nina boom. Wengi na cyber na drive me na drone. Any battlefield zaidi ya kismayo. Zaidi ya mashata na inspector kimayo. Opportunity na kuja mimi nayo. Nilizaliwa Zion kwa shit za iron. Maisha chini ya dola nambe nani dola yun. Strong joto yuta bado tuna confist. You're my survivor. Wana shingo vile mimi na survive. Survivor. Wana ulizana vile mimi na survive. Mimi ndo survivor kwanzia kitambo. Mimi ndo survivor ikoki jungle. Mimi ndo survivor nimeona mambo. Mimi ndo survivor. Survivor.
Et alors aujourd'hui, comment fonctionne l'association des Amis de REKEBISHO?
And so today, how operates the association, Friends of REKEBISHO?
The association is headquartered in Nancy. There are 2 general meetings a year, in the Lorraine region and the other in Haute-Savoie, and the members contribute financially according to their choice. There is no set amount, and they can make a monthly donation which arranges the associations for the operation or a one-time donation. These donations are used to pay the teachers, teaching materials, water and electricity, the canteen, and a share investment in the works.
The REKEBISHO's friends focus their efforts on the school project, and if I understand well, on an extension project.
Yes, because with 80 children in 25 square meters, that's not possible at all. From sheet metal, there are no windows, no running water, 2 teachers in the same room, babies. So the priority has become the transformation of this school into a permanent school, if possible, with a floor.
Vous étiez Christian le trésorier, toi à Nairobi.
Maggie and Christian, you were in Nairobi 2 months ago. What's the latest?
We went mainly to work the transformation project and expansion of the school. We talked to the team to see current opportunities. There would be now actually possible to build hard on slum, which was illegal before. We also met the parents to try to see their expectations. They want a larger school, but mainly for the creation of the last missing primary level.
Maggie, good luck for the future REKEBISHO projects and those of the association Friends of REKEBISHO.
Thank you, François. Have you anything more to say?
Anything more I can say is, yeah, I need to inspire more slum youths to live positively and know that there's nothing that is easy and there's nothing that is hard. Only you have to believe in what you do and have that courage and confidence in whatever you do. As long as you have the talent and you have the mind, just seek the knowledge. If you get the knowledge, knowledge is the only thing that can get you out of all the problems and understanding. And also I can say thanks for the founder of REKEBISHO, because without the founder of REKEBISHO, I would never acknowledge my talent or my powers of doing something to change my life. I can say I'm not well off, I have that money, but I have the power and the knowledge to handle the situations and the problems around me. And I thank for that also. Thanks Magui, thank Christian and the French Association. Love you people.
Welcome.
Okay, which is something which I can tell my fellow friends and neighbors. You have to work hard to achieve your goal, and never say that when life comes difficult, don't lose hope. Just try to continue and work hard. One day you'll achieve your goal.
Just for the ladies, you know, the empress, the queen, all of them, color them, the Zion daughter. We love, you know, not fish, you know, for you. My love was made just for you, and your love was made just for me. You believe it or not, my love will always be there for you. Disagree, my love shall always be there. The other side, you are deep in my mind. Come rain, come shine, you're meant to be mine. Why do you have to stop and have a good miles? The journey may be terrible, man, never resign. Come my human, don't deny your smile. Kisses and so much to keep my heart always fine. To know that you are the only one for me. You are the only one can make this possible. You believe it or not, my love will always be there for you. Whether we disagree, my love shall always be there for sure. You believe it or not, my love will always be there for you. Whether we disagree, my love shall always be there. My heart is aching and my love is curving. I'm emotionally deep and man don't visiting go. Yes, I need you close than never before.